Hello students, I hope that you people are identifying mistakes whatever you are doing and working on them with the proper time period, with the proper time slot in your timetable, right? And you are revising NCERT properly like 3 to 5 times before the unit test or grand test. If it is more than 5 times, it is much better. But first and second reading, you should intentionally do it slow, intentionally. Although you have done it several times, but still first, second, third reading little bit slow, and then you keep increasing the pace. And last reading you can do just by virtually, just recall the complete chapter. Okay, now starting with the first question, I am explaining it what is the question, then you can try it by pausing this video. First is carbonyl compound HCN product formed, then H3O plus, and then it is H2SO4 is added. Next is decreasing order of pH. These are the compounds given, so I am answering first one. Carbon compound with HCN, it is cyanohydrin formation. That means after the first step we will get OH and CN. Done. Then after that, with H3O plus, hydrolysis takes place, cyanide goes for the formation of carboxylic group. And then with H2SO4, dehydration takes place. When you see the options, you can easily understand. Then after this step, here from the alpha carbon, OH will leave, from the beta carbon, H will leave, and we will get which compound? We will get this product, double bond here. Okay. Then next question is decreasing order of pH. Now we know among them which is least acidic will be having the maximum pH, right? So you can identify among them, it is phenol, then alcohol. Alcohol is least acidic, that means B has maximum pH. After that, phenol is more acidic and it is less acidic than C and D because they are carboxylic groups. So after B, more pH, less pH of A. Then between these two, formic is less acidic, so there must be D, and formic benzoic is less than formic, so that's why D, and formic is most acidic among these four options, so C. B, alcohol, most pH, that means least acidic, and C, which is most acidic, least pH. Next question is only two isomeric monochloro structural derivatives are formed. Identify which of them will give only two isomeric structural derivatives. So in this question we have done this part already in the alkanes topic. Identify how many types of hydrogens, 1, 1, 2, 2. It will give two monochloro structural derivatives. Why? Because there are two types of hydrogens. Second one definitely contains more. How many? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So eliminate that option, it is not there. Then third, 1, 1, 1 and 2. That means answer is A and C. So you will get the option where A and C are mentioned. Fourth question is Ri with NaCN gives major plus minor product. Now identify that major product. So this is direct NCERT based reaction. In your notes also you have done that Ri with NaCN, it is normally Cn minus will attack, and this SN2 reaction major product is RCN formed. Minor product possibility is RNC formation. It is minor product. Why? Because it is ambidentate or ambident nucleophile. That is why it is also formed, but it is not coated. Why? Because major products are coated, but when they are asking it, then we can say major is alkyl cyanide and minor will be isocyanide. And reason is because it is ambident nucleophile. Fifth question is number of mesoforms in this molecule. Now number of mesoforms for this molecule, we have done this concept in the optical isomerism. In optical isomerism, we have done the case where compound is symmetrical with odd number of stereocenters and the middle center is chiral. In that case, total formula is 2 raised to power n minus 1. In that formula, we use optically inactive, that means meso, 2 raised to power n minus 1 by 2. Put their value of n3, 3 minus 1, that is 2 by 2, that makes it 2. Answer is 2 mesoforms in fifth question. The next question is sixth. This is the substrate given OH minus heat. Identify from among them which is the correct alkene form. So firstly, they have given us a pure thinking process that we have to think of only about the elimination. Otherwise, we can think about the SN1 reaction also, because SN2 is maybe very slow process, maybe it is possible, maybe because it is sterically hindered, so neopentyl halides are less reactive or unreactive towards SN2. So, but other possibility can be the SN1 product, but all the substitution part we can leave because heating is also mentioned. Heating generally favors the elimination, so that is why we can go easily by the options, not thinking beyond that. That here firstly E2 reaction is not possible. We know that beta elimination takes place and there is no beta hydrogen, right? Then other possibilities only in elimination is E1. That is the only possibility. That means CH, Br leave and simultaneously a methyl shift takes place like this one, and there is plus charge. This is only possibility here to get the product. And then which alkene is formed? Sidzef alkene is this one. It is Hoffman alkene, minor product. These are not at all possible. So answer is B, and only possibility is through E1 reaction. Otherwise in some books with alkoxide ion, it is also mentioned it takes too much time, so better is no reaction, but that option is not given. Or in some books it is given that with alkoxide ion, CH3O minus methoxide ion, it undergoes ether formation also. So that means those options we are not considering because here it is not mentioned. So we are purely focusing how the four options are given. Next question is seventh, which is about the final product. You have to find it out. Try this question also by pausing this video. I am explaining it. So first step is with conc H2SO4. Then second step is with conc HNO3. So after first step with concentrated H2SO4, we know it is not dilute, it is concentrated. So clearly sulfonation takes place at which position? Para position. Here what group will be there? SO3H. Okay. After that, next step is with HNO3. Conc HNO3 means nitration. So here we can consider that now NO2 will go at which position? At ortho position with respect to, because para is already blocked. Now after heating, generally heating favors desulfonation. So after this heating, it forms simply desulfonation takes place after heating. Okay? And then OH minus H2 is hydrolysis, alkaline hydrolysis, or in alkaline hydrolysis or acidic medium hydrolysis, NHCOCH3 group that is undergoing hydrolysis to finally give back the amine formation, that is aniline is formed. It is which reaction? Just like Schotten-Baumann reaction, that when NHCOCH3 acetanilide formed, then after hydrolysis it gives back the original NH2 group, that is the final product. Now question number 8, which has minimum heat of hydrogenation, delta H hydrogenation per pi bond. Which options are given? Cis, trans, and this compound. This is 2,3-dimethyl-butene and then benzene. Answer this question. Pause this video, think about it. I am explaining this question. So in question number 8, which has minimum value of heat of hydrogenation, the important point is per pi bond. If that is mentioned, that means for per pi bond we have to consider, not for the whole molecule. Where it is useful? Only for fourth option, which is useful because others already contain one pi bond. Okay? So among them, the benzene, which is highly stable, but overall energy is around minus 208, around 208, minus 200. The energy heat of hydrogenation value for benzene is maximum among these options, but it is total. If we find per pi bond, we will divide it by 3 because there are 3 pi bonds, and this value approximately we can say around 70, which is least among all these options. So answer is D. If the question is not mentioning per pi bond, only mentioning minimum heat of hydrogenation, then answer will not be option D. Why? Because we know heat of hydrogenation is directly proportional to number of pi bonds, Exception arises for aromatic compounds, but here there is no exception because 3 pi bonds and 1 pi bond. Comparison is not there. When we take conjugated system and benzene, then in that case that exception works. Okay, so that example we have, same example we have covered in the hyperconjugation in GC part 1. So here answer is fourth option. Ninth question, write down the final product. Firstly, CH3KOH, where you have done this reagent in the and NH2 is present, this mixture generates dichlorocarbene, and with NH2, firstly it will undergo attack by on the NH2 and it gives carbylamine test, which is isocyanide formation. So that thing you should also quickly find it out. When you pause this video, quickly think about it, that here NC is formed, and after the first step, second step is palladium carbonate, that means reduction. So NC, which is isocyanide, will undergo reduction to give secondary amine, that is NHCH3, and cyanide already present here, it will give primary amine, which is CH2NH2. That is the answer for question number 9. Next question is PHCHO, benzaldehyde with NH2OH H plus, number of products formed are, that means how many products are formed after this reaction. We have done this example same in which video, if you remember, in geometrical isomerism. At the end we have covered this type of example. You can see that one same example is covered where you will get GI. So here also when you do this reaction, carbon compound with NH2OH, it simply gives the formation of hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine with a carbonyl compound gives oxime formation. Now this oxime is having geometrical center, that means two products are formed. One is syn form, where OH and H, they are on the same side, it is syn form, PH and lone pair there, and other will be anti form. So that question covered in the geometrical isomerism at the end. Next question is identify the compound A. Firstly I am mentioning it. Question is identify A. These are the options given, and information is C9H10O. This compound gives positive iodoform, first information. Second is after oxidation with KMnO4, it gives B, C8H6O4, and this B information is anhydride of B is used for the preparation of phenolphthalein. So you should remember where you have done the reaction, where it is covered with the phenolphthalein is formed. Quickly recall it. I'll explain this question. Think about it. Now first information is iodoform test is given, that means it should be a methyl ketone. First one will give yes, second one yes, third one will not give any iodoform test, fourth one yes. That means among these three we have to find A, B and D. That's why we should use this information, that after oxidation it gives B. You can see here KMnO4OH minus, with first one with KMnO4OH minus undergoes formation of C8H6O4. Clearly it is forming carboxylic here and carboxylic there. That makes it C8H6O4. Done, because it is CH3 which undergoes oxidation, and ketones also undergo oxidation depending on the vigorous conditions. Here also it will form same carboxylic, and there also carboxylic. Now recall, in phenolphthalein we have done this reaction in phenols, in miscellaneous reactions, that phenolphthalein with phthalic anhydride in presence of H2SO4 gives indicator, that is phenolphthalein formation. Now phthalic anhydride is formed only by A, and that is not given by that D or B. So that is the answer, which is A, that after this oxidation the B is basically this compound. Okay, its anhydride is this one, which is phthalic anhydride, and the final product will give final answer will be A, should be this one. In next question, although you can understand this question by seeing the solution in the app also, you have done this example in notes, but it is important question, that's why I am putting it here in the discussion. that RCN, that is CH3CN with CH3MgBr excess is written. Okay. Second step is H plus H2. Write down the final product. Second question is compounds that exist mainly in enol form. Identify among them which will mainly exist in their enol forms. And 14th one, once we have covered this reaction in the mock test only, not given in NCERT, but it is similar to dry distillation of calcium hydride, similar to that one. So I'm answering these questions. You can pause this video, try to think about them if you want. First one is that we have done this reaction in the preparation of carbonyl compounds also, that CH3MgBr or Grignard reagent. Firstly, it will shift there and carbon will be attacked by Grignard R. Okay? And it forms a salt formation type is there, which is here CH3 will be formed bond and here N will get minus charge, N minus with MgBr. And now even if I write excess here, it won't matter because after this no reaction will take place. Nitrogen will not form 2 minus. Remember, excess has no meaning here. But if I take here acid derivative CH3COCl and mentioned excess, that means 2 moles of Grignard will add, and after hydrolysis you will get ketone. That's why I am putting here in the discussion that with excess there is no use, only 1 mole of Grignard will add and it will not form further N-2. That means after first step reaction is stopped here, and after hydrolysis that bond is cleaved, finally giving here double bond O. That results into keto formation. Other part will be ammonium ion formed or NH3 or ammonium ion is formed. Next is compound that exists mainly in enol form. Now we know that this is alpha hydrogens are present, one by one both will participate. And other point is that 2 keto group are not stable on the adjacent carbon in the ring structure. That we have covered in the notes, that alpha diketo compounds mainly exist in their enol form. Why? Because of the steric or electronic repulsions. Both C double bond O, both C double bond O electrons are present, huge electronic repulsions. That is why it quickly undergoes tautomerism, forming OH here, and that forms intra-H bonding, some kind of stability and relief of the electronic repulsion. This is clearly example of phenol. I am not writing exactly how it is going on because in tautomerism we have done several examples. So A will also undergo enol, B will also go, and this will also contains alpha H. One by one all will participate and we will get 1,3,5 benzene triol, or common name is also there exactly, which is fluoro, or I don't remember exact common name, but this is aromatic, highly stable, so all of them will participate. Next is acetic acid with formic acid with MnO. This part, that is C double bond O, this part combines with H of this, it forms CH3CHO, and other portion that leaves as H2O plus CO2. Not that important reaction, but yes, it is given here, so you can remember it is heating with manganese oxide. Carboxylic acids on heating with manganese oxide results into carbonyl compound formation. Okay, thank you.